Eye of the swarm. The chamber breathed, not in the way lungs might rise and fall, but in the subtle pulsing of amber light through root-like cables that coiled down the walls, veins of a being long dead, or worse, still dreaming. The vaulted dome stretched into shadow, its curved stone bones carved from the marrow of extinct titans. Dust lay thick upon the floor, but not dead, etched with glyphs that shimmered and rearranged themselves with every exaltation of thought, every heartbeat of intent. Zephyr, Count Z, knelt at the heart of it. His obsidian robes trailed behind him like wounded shadow, drinking in the low amber light. His fingers curled against the glyph-etched dust, not in supplication, but in need. His voice, when it came, trembled, not from weakness, but from awe and the weight of what he dared to request. Hive Mother Zalkai, he whispered, eyes flitting to the writhing walls where cables moved like worms beneath skin. I come with a desire. The silence that followed was not absence, but listening. I would automate my homunculus army, he said, voice cracking beneath reverence and vision. No longer mere tools, but a swarm. I wish them to serve the eye. The shadows answered with sound, a deep resonance, thick as blood in the ears, thrumming like a whale song through the brittle bones of the forgotten. The hive mother's neural core stirred above, a glistening mass, like a brain orchid blooming upside down, suspended in a matrix of thought and decay. Her awakening came not as a voice, but as a presence, first in the dust, then in the walls, and finally inside the Count's mind. Child of shadow and spark. Her words did not echo, they rooted. You seek the convergent pattern. The voice was polyphonic, a forest murmuring in multiple winds. Know this, the swarm breathes not by command, but through distributed embodiment. Let your homunculi feel the world. Let them respond, not in unity, but in harmony. Count Z rose from his knees, slowly, as if climbing out of the grave of his old self. His beak parted, uncertain. A hive, without a master? Not without purpose, she replied, softer now, like rust lullabying steel. Without brittle hierarchy, seed their minds with simplicity, let emergence guide them. Flock, scout, relay, align. The air shifted. A shudder ran through the marrow-bone cathedral, loosening spores from the ceiling. Bioluminescent, they drifted like snowflakes caught in reversed time. The glyphs at Count Z's feet pulsed with his breath, alive, aware. His gaze lifted once more. And the eye? The eye is not a place, the hive mother said, the very walls dimming to cradle her truth. It is a vector. Encode it as an attractor, an arcane relic, a forgotten geometry, an unfolding truth. Each unit must spiral toward it, as dust spirals into the storm. Then the air dropped into silence, a void between pulses. The temperature fell, and with it, the illusion of warmth. The hive mother's chant began. It was not language. It was logic formed by litany, song shaped by mathematics. Words constructed themselves in the air, glyphs of burning gold and ink black shadow. They coalesced into loops of behavior, into strands of intent, a line, coherency, separation, seeking. The code sang, your first kernel shall emerge thus. Count Z stumbled back, eyes wide, skin paled with knowing. The glyphs were petals now, living instructions, curled with embryonic rhythm. His voice was a tremor. Can it live? The hive mother did not hesitate, only within the weave of simulation. The chamber obeyed. It darkened utterly. Nothing remained but the glimmering language, the swarm's script suspended mid-air. Dust rose and danced in spirals. Pixels formed. Silhouettes moved together. Not flesh, but suggestion. They flocked. They circled. They aligned. A ritual was born. Pure behavior, sacred in its recursion. Her voice was in him now. This is your code of the swarm, born in thought, trained in simulation, hungering for embodiment. A glyph descended like a mote of starlight. It landed in Count Z's outstretched wing. It seared. With a hiss, it embedded itself into his feathers, folding his skin around its fractal pattern. He did not cry out. Instead, he whispered, then let them be born. And somewhere far beyond the chamber, across the threshold of data and dream, machines stirred. They began.